What up, y'all? It's your man, Abuamerican. So I am working through a concept here. Maybe not some of the best examples and parallels will be given, but work with me, okay? Syndicate Discord, make sure you get over there, get inside, upgrade, have your conversations, bring it. Let's go. So, I was wondering why, not wondering, I was looking at the fact that I have, alhamdulillah, I have, Allahumma barak, I have multiple good, very good, happy relationships right now. You know, just really, mashallah, the best it's ever been. And I was wondering why. And, you know, taking out the game aspect and all these other things, there's always more to it than that. You know, a lot of guys, they seem to think that, you know, game is the end-all be-all, and when you have it, you know, everything's gonna work out and be perfect, and, you know, rosy pink sunglasses, the world's gonna be amazing. And it's not like that, because I've actually helped guys out who have, you know, they're really good at game, they're really good at laying women, but they're not really good at keeping women. We're talking about non-Muslims here. Or guys like Muslims who learn game, they're good at, like, you know, attracting women, but not closing the deal in terms of getting married. Or they get married and then they can't stay married. Whatever the case may be, game isn't the end-all be-all. It helps, but it's not everything. And so I was wondering what it is that I'm doing that I didn't do in the past that leads to the success now. And it's different than from a lot of these guys. And you know what it is? It's just the series of marriages and divorces I've had. And I'm not saying you have to go through that. I always tell you guys I'm trying to protect you from that. I don't want you guys to fall into that cycle. It's not nice. It's no fun of getting married and divorced. But there is a basic principle that you can follow without having to go through all those steps and all those marriages and divorces like I did, which is to break up with your girl right now. Now, this is mostly for married people. Unmarried people, it can help you if you take on and you adapt the mentality. But for married people, this is more important than unmarried people. I should have said it at the beginning. You need to break up with your woman right now. If you're non-Muslim, break up with your woman right now. If you're Muslim, divorce her right now. Now, when I say break up and divorce your woman right now, I don't mean literally. Don't make the intention in your head or your heart, you know, because according to some, that makes it valid Islamically. But the concept, you need to put the concept in your head that you are no longer together with your woman, that she's moved on, you've moved on, and everybody's looking for somebody else, she's with somebody else. Now, we don't mean this from a cuckold mentality where you're imagining with some other guy and you're playing out some entire thing in your head. This is not what we're doing here. But what I'm saying is you need to let go of your woman and really experience the pain, the hurt, the doubt, the fear, all those things that come with breaking up or leaving and losing someone that you truly care for and love. You need to go through that. You need to experience all that, but you need to stay with your partner, with your person, with your woman. What this is going to do is it's going to remove your fear. It's going to remove your doubts. It's going to remove your neediness. And this is a very important one for men, you know, and it's going to just allow you to be free. Now, here's the parallel that I was talking about that might not fit, but it's a good one, I think. Look at all these extreme sports people. The people who climb up buildings and these cliffs and they hang off of them and they do crazy stuff. Skateboarders and mountain bikers, Tony Hawk. And it kind of hit me as an epiphany, this entire concept, when I was watching this guy. He was a Red Bull mountain biker and he was riding through Paris. And this dude was doing the craziest jumps down steps and like just off stuff and over stuff. It was crazy. It was insane. And I was like, man, how do you practice this? And in the video, it was perfect. But at the end of the video, they showed all his crashes. And the dude was getting torn up. That guy was crashing left and right in the worst possible ways. I mean, you can't tell me that guy didn't come close to breaking a bone, if he didn't actually break a bone in a few of those things. And he kept going. And that made me realize, you know what? Everything you want to be is on the other side of fear. If you want to be successful in business, sports, whatever else, you got to take that leap sometimes. You can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to get hurt. And there comes a point where you kind of get used to the fear, to the point that the fear is part of, like, the, not excitement, but yes, I guess maybe that is what they get. Now, I'm not saying that you want to be in your relationship, like, excited about the idea of breaking up. But the idea is that your fear and your doubt, your neediness and all of that is removed from you. Because in your mind, the worst possible scenario that could happen, you've gone through already. You've experienced it. Just like these mountain bikers, Tony Hawk, the skateboarder, just like, the worst possible crashes that they could have happened, and they've experienced them, but they kept going. And then they became the best of the best. And that's the same thing in the relationship. You have to go through and experience those things, even artificially, that give you the most fear, doubt, neediness, and all these types of things that women don't like in men, so that you can be the best possible person you can be in your relationship. That's going to bring out the best in her, and your relationship's going to be amazing. Inshallah. I don't know if that's an appropriate comparison, but it's the one I have. You got to kill your fears. And that's something I've done. I love my women. I love nothing more than stay with them till the day that Allah calls my soul back to Him, and I leave this earth, and I die. But I'm not afraid if it doesn't happen. So my preference is to stay with them. But there's no fear, there's no doubt, there's nothing that's gonna let me accept the worst from her out of fear, doubt, neediness, whatever else, insecurity, scarcity, this one I forgot, scarcity. None of that plays in my heart or my mind. And I've got, mashallah, I've got, Allahumma barak, I've got above average looking women, mashallah, alhamdulillah. So, do you guys see what I'm saying? That doubt and that fear, it's not there. But that allows me to deal with them in a way which is a way that they like, in a way that they find attractive, which is with confidence, self-assuredness. Self-assuredness. Is that a word? Did I just make that up? But you guys know what I mean. You get what I'm saying. All those positive masculine attributes that women like in men, I get to act with those freely and genuinely. I'm not faking it. Because I've been through marriages and divorces so many times that I know it's not the end of your life. I know it's not, it's not like, oh man, I'm not going to get somebody like her before. There was one time, at one point, I was looking, it's sad, but I was looking to replace a woman that I found to be like just super beautiful, but she was a horrible woman. And this is another thing that removing your fear does. It allows you to see your woman for what she really is. Because when you're not afraid of losing her, you don't overlook and look past things. You see her for what and who she really is. And because you're not afraid to lose her, you're like, yo, why are you, what? It's like, you goofy goofball. You can see her goofiness clearly. A lot of men, their women are doing crazy stuff, and because they have self-doubt and fear, look at Logan Paul. Why is that guy like tolerating the idea of marrying a woman who's been with so many different dudes? There's some form of neediness. There's some form of scarcity. There's something going on behind the scenes in his head and in his heart that doesn't allow him to let go. And you don't want to be that guy, because some guys are with women like that. Women who are just doing every and anything that they should not be doing, and they know they can get away with it because they know their man is not going to go anywhere. They know he's afraid. Because no matter what excuse you use, oh, I love her. Yeah, but love doesn't allow someone to trample your boundaries, So when you have this, when you've experienced this breakup in your heart, in your mind, not a literal breakup, guys, it changes how you view her. And because it changes you for the better, it usually changes her for the better. But if it doesn't change her for the better, then you now can be like, okay, you ain't the one. And when I say the one, we don't mean the simpy type. You just like the meme, like, yo, if she doesn't do this or that, she ain't the one. Like that. Like, oh, you're a real one. So, or she isn't. And it allows you to see that. Guys, maybe you're like, hey, this isn't making a lot of sense, or you sound crazy, Abuamerican. I can just tell you, this is one of those things where you're living it and you can't really explain it. And so I'm trying to teach it to you because I'm telling you it works. It works. It really does. And it works. Anyway, yeah, we're not going to expand this further. This video is long enough, 10 minutes. Inshallah, you understand the concept. Barakallahu feekum. We'll catch you guys on my next live, most likely, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.